The moment you begin to understand artificial intelligence, your future begins to change. AI is not coming someday. AI is already inside the workplace. It is writing reports, analyzing data, creating marketing campaigns, answering customers, drafting legal language, summarizing financial information, building software, and helping companies make decisions faster. So the real question is no longer, will AI affect my career? The real question is, will I learn to use AI before AI changes the value of the work I currently do? I want you to hear me clearly. This is not a message of fear. This is a message of preparation. Every major technological shift creates two groups of people. One group waits until the change becomes painful. The other group observes the change early, studies it, adapts to it, and positions themselves before the crowd is forced to move. Today, we are talking about what AI means for the modern professional workforce, what families and individuals should expect, and what you can begin doing now to prepare your career, your income, and your financial future. If you are a parent, professional, student, business owner, or someone approaching retirement, this conversation matters because AI is not only changing jobs, it is changing the path to earning income. For many years, people were taught to choose a career, get trained, work hard, and expect that skill set to carry them for decades. But that old model is breaking down. The World Economic Forum reports that employers expect major skill disruption by 2030, and LinkedIn's research suggests that the majority of skills used in many jobs will change in the years ahead. One rapid. Two, that means families must begin having a different conversation. Not just, what job do you want? But, what problems can you solve? What tools can you use? What value can you create that AI cannot easily replace? This is personal for me. Before my work as a holistic health and life coach, and alongside my research into financial markets and human potential, I spent years in process control, machine robotics, and computer technology. I have seen what automation does. It enters a system, identifies repeatable processes, and changes the economics of labor. But I have also seen something else. The people who learn the new system are not left behind. They often become more valuable. So let's look at the evidence from several directions. First, the future is not simply AI destroys jobs. That is too simplistic. The World Economic Forum projects about 170 million new jobs created this decade and about 92 million roles displaced, resulting in a net increase of 78 million jobs by 2030. 1. That is disruption, but it is also opportunity. The key is understanding that jobs are not disappearing evenly. Tasks are being separated. Routine writing, routine analysis, routine customer service, routine coding, routine documentation, and routine administrative work are becoming more automatable. But work that combines judgment, trust, emotional intelligence, creativity, leadership, human care, strategic thinking, and technical fluency becomes more important. Second, the International Monetary Fund has estimated that AI will affect almost 40% of jobs globally, and in advanced economies, the exposure may be closer to 60%. 3. That does not mean every one of those jobs disappears. It means many jobs will be redesigned. Some people will be replaced by AI systems, but many others may be replaced by people who know how to use AI systems. That distinction is critical. Third, companies are moving fast. McKinsey reports that 92% of companies plan to increase AI investment, yet only 1% believe they are mature in AI deployment. 4. That tells us something important. We are still early. The tools are powerful, but most workplaces have not fully reorganized around them yet. That gives individuals and families a window of preparation. And right here, at about the halfway point, if this message is helping you think more clearly about the future, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. On this channel, we are not just talking about change. We are learning how to prepare for it, position ourselves, and realize our highest wealth potential in a world that is moving faster than ever. Now, here's the deeper point. AI is not just a tool. It is a leverage system. A person who can write, research, analyze, communicate, sell, design, automate, and make decisions with AI can do the work that once required a larger team. This is why families need to reimagine career planning. It is no longer enough to ask, what degree is safe? Or what job is secure? The better question is, what combination of human skills, technical skills, and ownership can create resilience? So here is where it all comes together. AI is not the end of human value. AI is the end of pretending that routine knowledge work is enough. The new professional must become an AI-augmented human being. The new family strategy must include education, adaptability, digital literacy, entrepreneurship, and asset ownership. The new income model must move beyond depending on one paycheck from one employer using one skill set that may become outdated. And this is where I want to bring in a principle I teach often. We speak our lives into existence by the power of our words, thoughts, feelings, and actions. That is not just a spiritual statement. It is a practical operating system. If a person keeps saying, I am too old to learn AI, that thought becomes a limitation. If a family keeps saying, technology is too complicated, that belief becomes a barrier. But if you begin saying, we are a learning family, we adapt, we study, we build, we prepare before we are forced to, then your actions begin to align with a different future. Now, let me be clear. This is not personal financial advice. This is education. But families should be studying the major asset classes connected to this new era. That includes AI-focused companies and infrastructure, semiconductor and cloud ecosystems, cybersecurity, robotics, automation, Bitcoin as a digitally scarce asset, and companies like Tesla that sit at the intersection of electric vehicles, energy storage, robotics, autonomous systems, and artificial intelligence. That does not mean you chase hype. It means you become financially literate enough to understand where the world is going. So how do you begin? First, conduct a career audit. Write down what you do every week. Then separate your work into 3 categories. Tasks AI can automate, tasks AI can help you do faster, and tasks that require your uniquely human judgment. This will show you where you are vulnerable and where you can become more valuable. Second, create a 90-day AI learning plan. Do not try to learn everything. Start with practical tools. Learn how to use AI for research, writing, summarizing, data analysis, scheduling, customer communication, content creation, and business planning. If you are a parent, learn with your children. Make AI literacy a family skill. Third, reimagine income. Ask yourself, how can I use AI to create more value? Could you start a consulting service, improve your business, build educational content, automate part of your workflow, learn a higher value skill, move into a field that depends on care, trust, leadership, physical skill, or strategic decision making? Fourth, build financial intelligence. Before investing in AI, Bitcoin, Tesla, or any technology-related asset, build an emergency reserve, reduce destructive debt, understand volatility, diversify wisely, and study before you act. The goal is not speculation. The goal is intelligent positioning. The world is moving toward a future where technology will reward the prepared and expose the passive. But you are not powerless. You are the creative factor in your own life. You can observe the change, learn the tools, upgrade your skills, protect your family, and begin creating income in alignment with where the world is going. If this message brought you value, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to start preparing now. And in the comments, write one sentence: I am preparing for the future. When you speak that intention, you begin to organize your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions around it. This is Dr. Harold Davis, reminding you that the future does not belong to the fearful. It belongs to the prepared, the adaptable, and the conscious creators who are willing to move before the world forces them to move.